Alright, so today we need to mow the field. So I'm just going to go through the whole process here. Which I have my brush mower on the Ford right now because I was mowing with it, obviously. So I need to get that off there and then come and hook up to the Sickle mower here. I was really hoping that I would have had the John Deere ready by now, because it would run that a lot better, I think, because it can have the hydraulic cylinder on it to lift it. But it's not, so we're going to use this. Something up here. Not too far back on both sides. Gotta love the gold 3-point. That's gonna be way too far up, of course. This side's closed. Now the question is, will we be able to lift that side? Let's see, let's just try backing up. So close. That might do it. Too far. Of course I did. There we go. Got it. All right. Lift it up. Remove the braces. So this one is this bar here. That, and this one is like this. be good to go. We just have to hook the PTO up when we're out there. See if we can get out of here. More worried about that hitting the top of the roof here. Or the side of the building. Alright, we made it. Alright, we're good. Whew. So I must have it in low gear right now because it's going super slow. I might want to actually change the range setting. So I've heard some people mention that I should start going around the field counterclockwise, but as you can see, my track is actually pretty much right on the edge of the field, so there's really no point in doing that. I can just start going around clockwise because the track is the whole exterior perimeter of it as of right now. Once this field opens up, that'll change, but that'll be this fall, and I doubt we'll actually be able to get a baling out of it because that'll be October 1st is when I can actually go over there. And as you can see, there's a ton of trees to remove, so that will be fun in the future. I might work on that this fall. It'll probably be next spring though. I actually was thinking I might rent an excavator to come out here and just remove all these trees all in 1 week or something. Just rent it for a week. Because there's a lot of trees out there, and that's just a lot of work doing with one tractor like this. So yeah, that's what we're probably gonna do there. I wasn't able to get the board on yet. I've been super busy with the John Deere and just other things, so it'll be fine. We'll deal with that. I guess let's get this PTO on here, or the shaft, which I totally forgot that I need wrenches for this one because none of my other ones do. I don't know if I even have a wrench. Nope, sure don't. So I'm gonna go get a wrench. I'll be back. And bam, the shaft is put on. So I wanted to go over some things with this too. Specifically with the tractor here, because there were a lot of people that were confused with what I was doing with the tractor and stuff. Or not really confused, but questioned me. So I can turn the PTO off with this lever right here. So it's currently off. If you push the clutch in and push it down, then it engages it. So whenever I was getting off of the tractor the last time I mowed, I was disengaging it. So the mower was not running whenever I was off of the tractor, and I'm gonna keep doing that because I don't wanna accidentally put my leg into that because that would be very painful. Let's see, another thing was the speed. I don't really know the right speed to go. I just kind of go with what I've heard, and honestly, everything worked fine. I think a lot of people don't realize that I'm doing this for a living to like live off this income. It doesn't make that much money. The equipment I have cost me a total of, I want to say, let's see, about $350 for all the equipment I have for the mowing. I mean, my tractor costs more, but obviously just the mowing stuff, the sickle, the baler, the rake, all of that cost me $350. So I'm not out anything. It really doesn't owe me anything. I've almost recouped all my money from that in my first baling. So after this baling, I will have recouped all my money for all of that. So I'm really not worried about that at all. And I have like 3 different people that want all of my hay, so I'm not worried about getting rid of it at all either. It has a Sherman range transmission in it, which I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on the name of it, but it has a low speed, a normal speed, which is the normal gear ratio, and then a high speed ratio. So this is the high speed, and then if that's like neutral, and then, or no, that's low, I'm sorry. So that's low, that's high, and then there's like an in-between, and then you pull it out or something, or push it in. It's very difficult to use. There. Okay, so you can see that the whole thing moves in and out right there. So then that, and then you push down or up, up. So that is the normal gear ratio. And then if you go down and in, and then down, so that is the low ratio, and then that is the high ratio. So that's what I'm dealing with, which I think I'm gonna leave it in normal for this, because the high one is definitely too fast, the low one's definitely too low. So I'm just gonna try normal and then see where we go from that. I think that's about it. Oh, some other people were questioning me on the brakes. I've worked on these brakes a lot on this tractor. They have worked. They don't work currently. As you can see, there's a massive oil leak, and it has new oil seals in both of the axles, but in the older Ford 8Ns, they had one seal on the end of the shaft, and that is just not adequate, and they leak, and they go around the hub of the wheel. And mine, I probably just need new hubs, but they're like 200 bucks a piece or 250 bucks a piece. So mine has like a groove in it where the seal is, and I'm sure that's why it's leaking a lot, because it has brand new seals in it. The newer Ford tractors had a seal back here and a seal at the end, so they didn't have the problem near as bad. I have taken it apart, cleaned it, tried to fix it, repair it, and I've put new pads and stuff on it, and I cannot get anything to actually last. It'll stop. I can lock up the brakes for like the first month, and then after that it's just shot again. So I've really just given up on trying to fix the brakes. It's just not worth it to me. I know it's a huge safety thing, and I really wish I had them, because there's been some times when it's been a little not comfortable, but I've kind of gotten used to it, and now hopefully the John Deere brakes work. We'll see, but I guess we'll just have to go from there. So I guess that's about it with the tractor. Let's get this bar down, and then we'll start mowing. And we'll put this actually has a spot for it right here, surprisingly. It just sticks in there, and then I can put this on here, and hopefully I won't lose it. Actually, I feel like that's just gonna fall off over time. I'm gonna put this in my toolbox so I don't lose it. I know it won't come out of there. And we should be set. Let's see, we'll need to lower this down, which we can probably just do now. Like that. So keep in mind, every time I'm getting off the tractor, the PTO is shut off, the sickle is not moving, okay? And also, so people are also saying that this mower is not built to go with this tractor. And that's actually false. I found documentation for this to attach to this tractor, and how it did it was where I have the 3-point pins, there's actually a bar that goes across there, and that hooks to the drawbar of the tractor, and then there's a brace to make it so it can't pivot, so it uses the rear tire to pivot. And then you can hook the 3-point, there's like a pulley system, and then so when you lift the 3-point, it actually lifts the bar. And I was going to try to recreate that, but obviously just ran out of time. So I just ended up doing this because it's way simpler, and honestly it works decent enough. And now that I have the John Deere, we're gonna put this on the John Deere instead, because I actually have all the mounting stuff that goes on there, and it was on that tractor originally, that exact tractor. So we're going to be doing that. And yeah, I guess that's about it. All right, let's get this going. Sickles down. All right, fire this baby up. Let's try like third gear, I guess. I don't know. Turn the PTO on. Brakes can probably be off. Throttle up. Oh, forgot about that again. All right. As you can see, I planted grass in this area here, so now I can go straight through. Well, we gone and done it. We broke the pitman arm there. Or did we? We had to have. Yeah. Ow, man, that is hot. Holy cow. Wasn't expecting that. Wow. Okay. Ow. Interesting. Ooh, wow, that is very hot. Where's the other chunk of it? It looks like it just broke it in half. That is really hot. Wow. That was solid oak too. Well, that's gonna put a damper on the day. That is really hot. I burned my finger pretty good there. I can't believe how hot that is. This is even really hot. I don't know where the other side of this went. Oh, it's still on there. That makes sense. Well, I was told that this was definitely the weak point of this whole system. And I was also told that just making that steel is a good option because then you won't have this problem, but I'm worried that I might break something else, obviously. This moves actually really easy, so I think it's just a matter of time before this wears and breaks, I guess. I don't know. It didn't last very long. Man, I really burnt my thumb and my finger. I'm gonna have spots there for a while. I think I'm just gonna get a steel bar to fix this because I don't want to have to deal with this breaking all the time. I'm missing a bolt too. I don't know where that bolt went. Maybe this just got loose because actually one of these is missing a nut on there too. And that one's almost all the way up to... I bet that just got loose. Yeah, I kind of think that just got loose, and you can see on here where it was wearing it hollowed out those holes and just made it too thin. I guess we'll get this pulled up and go figure something out. All right, this was definitely my fault that this broke. The bolts at this end, where this were bolted on, were all loose and they weren't Loctited or like had a lock nut on them. And they just got loose and I didn't check them and it just got so loose it started wearing into the wood, and one of the bolts is completely gone. And the other one, there was one that didn't have a nut at all on it. And you can see that it got worn down really good right there. And then two had nuts, but they were all loose. So it was my fault that this broke. But I'm going to replace it with this really strong piece of wood here. I'm just going to match all of the dimensions and holes off of this piece and copy it over to this piece of really strong wood. And hopefully we won't have this problem again. Okay, so I got my strong piece of wood here. I got the groove cut in there. And then I got all the holes in both ends cut, or drilled, pardon. And now we're gonna put this in here. I went and got some new grade 8 bolts and nylon locking nuts. So hopefully these will work. So let's get this done. All right, I got this on the mower now. It's a way stronger piece of wood in there now. Got the grade 8 bolts in there. It's nice and tight on both ends. The only thing I had to do different was I didn't have a way to put that little fork thing in here to keep this tight. So I put a hose clamp on the top and on the bottom. So there's two on there. I'm hoping that keeps that crimp tight enough to keep it on there. But I'm thinking also that if this were to get caught on something, these would be the first failure point and that would make it so it would stop, but this would just keep going. So I'm hoping that's what the case will be if it breaks. But if something breaks, whatever, we'll fix it. We have a parts one, so I'm not too worried. All right, we're back. This grass is already drying. The rest of it's gonna have a little less time drying. I was hoping to get it all done this morning, but well, whatever. It'll all work out fine. All right, let that down. Put this back here. Let's see, let this down. Perfect. Put this in here. We should be set to go. And then, let's see, we're engaged PTO, see how we're doing. Second gear. All right, back at it. Making a lot of noise. What in the world could that be? Oh, the end came off. There we go. Did it break or did it just come loose? Is the big question. Looks like it just came loose. Actually, both of the hose clamps broke off. Okay. Well, now we know that's not sufficient enough. Get it back on there, but yeah, the question is, how do I keep that tight enough? Unless I just put more hose clamps. Well, this video's been more eventful than I was hoping it would be. So I decided to go with a bolt through that piece now instead of hose clamps. And I got a nylon nut on it, so it shouldn't back out of there. So hopefully that will hold that together. Let's get on there and see. All right, let's get this tight on here. Hopefully it won't fall off. I don't know, hopefully that'll fit. Like, I mean, I don't see how that's gonna come out of there unless it breaks. So I guess if it breaks, it breaks, but we do have another set of these on the other one, so I don't know. Hopefully it won't break, and hopefully we can get this finished. Sounds decent. I think that's better. Definitely sounds quieter. I just hope we can get this finished. And we're done. There's lots of stripes. I did terrible this time. I think I did better the last time. Maybe I was paying more attention to it. I don't know. But hopefully give this a couple days and we'll come out here and get this baled and rake. Well, rake first, then bale. Yeah, that. I was gonna make this whole mowing, raking, baling all one video, but with this breaking, I'm probably just gonna make this a separate video, and then I'll do the raking and baling in the next video. Well, yeah, probably the next video. So if you're enjoying this channel and the content I'm creating, please consider liking and subscribing. And also, I made a fairly large investment in the channel today. I bought something that should make some things pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.